My name is Victoria Williams, and I'm a member of the Tour Choir in Boston City Singers. And as for getting to know singers within the Tour Choir, I would say that as a peer leader myself, I have more of the opportunity to reach out to other singers, and we all get to know each other within the choir through group activities and even tours where we travel to other countries. And you just really get that connection that you might not in a choir within school. As for outside of Tour Choir, I am a teen mentor, so I get to mentor younger students in different choirs within Boston City Singers and get to know them that way as well.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and I've been in Boston City Singers for 5 years. The choir creates a lot of authentic music by researching not only its background, but of course the context in which it's sung. One of my favorites that I sung on tour about 3 years ago was called Moj Zagreb. It was a song about a town in Croatia. My housemate and I, we asked our host family to help us with the pronunciation as well as in what context the song is sung, and it seems like the people really took that song to heart because it was all about them and about their way of life.
So I'm Angel Leggett, and I have been in Boston City Singers for 13 years. And so the rehearsal space that we have here is a very sort of loving and sort of supportive environment. You are pushed just for your own, because they know that the potential that each kid has, and so sometimes like either your peers or the people will push you, but when they do, they're always very supportive, and they make it clear that if you make a mistake, it's no big deal. And
African music that we learned, it was passed on to us by people who had actually gone to South Africa about a few years ago, and they brought back a lot of that music. Not only that, but also the culture that they brought back, as well as the context in which, of course, we sing it, so that we know that we're not doing anything that's inappropriate for the music. We sing to make connections, to build community, and we sing to be able to show people that what we can do is here, and also to inspire others.
I'm Nina Lachlan, and I've been in Boston City Singers for 9 years. A few weeks ago, we had a discussion about race and how that affected some of our singers, and had some really interesting and important conversations. And I felt like I was definitely heard in that conversation, coming from a minority. I really appreciate that we can use our voices and kind of talk about things and just give our perspective when it's needed and asked for, and I love that it's asked for to begin with, because in other choirs it's really just about the singing and nothing more, but here it's much more about that. And what I love about BCS is they're very involved in your life. Like Jane helps me with my college applications, Melissa wrote my resume for me, she helped me with that, and this may be unrelated, but they definitely really help the singers kind of go through life and the challenging aspects, and I love that shows that they care about us.
Although our choir does not have a specific grading scale, our mentors and fellow students will give us critiques on our technique. As for myself, I was struggling with how to audition for college majoring in music because my school does not have music programs as much as I have in Boston City Singers. And so I received a lot of feedback, got to show my audition to the whole choir, and it really helped my audition be much stronger with Boston City Singers' help.
And if there ever is a time, which I can rarely think of a time when there has been a word that they were trying to teach us and someone corrected the pronunciation, but whenever that happens, they are very, very like, oh, thank you so much for telling me. And like often they'll say before they start working on the pronunciation, like, if you know this language and we make any mistakes, like, please let us know.
I voluntarily come here because I love the atmosphere and I love how collaborative everything is, where, for example, during a Saturday rehearsal, Kamani would kind of ask us to kind of make things up as we drum and kind of just fill the space, like he said earlier, kind of fill it with our own sort of ideas and our own sort of rhythms and stuff, which I really like. I like that he doesn't really have a sort of structure to how things go, so he kind of likes it to build and gives us sort of a base, and we go from there with our own ideas. Here it's much more different, it's more collaborative, it's more student-ran almost. It's very sort of prioritizing of what the singers want, which I really like.
Another unique thing that Boston City Singers offers is the opportunity for every student to take individualized voice lessons. This is really helpful since we are all a variety of ages and experience levels to get an experience together as a choir as well as on our own. I personally got the experience of taking jazz vocal lessons with a student from New England Conservatory, which really helped broaden my musical palette and strengthen my technique outside and inside the choir.
Hi, I'm Gavin Walker. I'm 12 years old. So about 5 years ago, my director was reached out to by the Huntington Theater, who was looking for a brother and a sister to be a part of a play. And me and my sister actually got picked for that. So that has opened up like a bunch of different opportunities. I've been in many commercials since. I've been in one short movie. I've been an extra in a bunch of movies.
You know, all of us singers come from very different backgrounds. We learn very differently, and we've all managed to find ways in the choir to learn. You know, we're given so many different ways of learning as well as so many tools to get through our music as well as sort of our lives, and it's very helpful for all of us to come together as a group and help each other out in that sense.